So we all love to play games. Board games, card games, and my personal favourite, video games. But what if we could apply what we love about games, achievements, leveling up and competitiveness, into the real world? Well, that's where gamification comes in. Gamification, as Boyan Kim puts it, creates a game layer on top of the real world. That's what separates it from regular gaming. We see gamification everywhere, from our local coffee shop to apps on our smartphone, but it is in the education sector that gamification may truly make the most impact. And what better place to talk about that than the classroom? Alright everyone, let's talk about gamification. While some have argued that gamification has existed for a long time, there are three elements which frame our modern understanding of gamification. The rapid adoption of the smartphone, the tremendous growth of the mobile web, and the increased use of social media. Gamification is recommended for application in the areas of daily life where boredom, repetition and passivity are prevalent to encourage a desired type of behaviour. Kind of like school. Oh, for God's... Fine, here, visuals. Geez, you have the attention span of rabbits. The positive effects of gamification, a presentation. Leaning finds that gamification increases student motivation. Faiella and Ricciardi noted that gamification improved retention. They also found that it increased participation, specifically in online settings. Youth, students and children were also noted to respond to gamification by Ricciardi, while a group of researchers who studied a virtual currency system found that it affected emotional experiences, sense of identity and social belonging. See, gamification can be great for education. Another great example is the possibility of reframing failure as a part of the learning process. Boskic who find this best when responsive and robust feedback is given in order to provide further incentive to continue the work. Feedback, not unlike looking up from your phones when I'm talking. I should work at Quest to Learn.
What's that?
Finally, some engagement. Quest to Learn is a school in New York that is attempting to gamify an entire school system. The entire learning process is a game, with elements such as boss levels, quests, missions, avatars, and incentives. So instead of being students in a classroom, the students become writers, historians, explorers, and scientists. Their website claims that their 8th to 10th graders demonstrate twice the learning growth of college students in the areas of problem solving, analytical skills, and written communication.
Don't you think you're being a little optimistic?
Sorry?
I mean, I'm fairly sure gamification may trivialise the subjects learnt. And if there are rewards, once they stop, motivation will drop to levels lower than before. What? I did the readings.
Yeah, look, the negative impact on students' motivation is a real issue. However, there are other problems with gamification. Take Shay and Lottie here. Both did economics, both kind of intelligent. Mrs. Walsh gamified Shay's class by having them roleplay a financial crisis and... boom. Faiella and Ricciardi found that students of gamified classes often had lower motivation levels and had lower scores in the final exams. And you two proved their point. Gamification cannot be uniform for everyone in the class. Sometimes it focuses too much on motivation and not enough on actually teaching the content. Sure, it's great to be engaged, but gamification isn't always ideal for every learning situation.
How do you think we could improve it then?
Well, I mean, gamification is indeed the future of the education system, so it's definitely something that needs to be grown. I guess the most important thing is that any gamification project needs a clear goal in order for it to run properly. It also needs to be customized in order to ensure that all students can enjoy the benefits. The effects depend greatly upon the user because, at the end of the day, it's about you guys. What are you guys even doing?
It's an app where you get points every time your teacher bores you to death.
Huh.
I'm playing Angry Birds.
Alright, get out. Lottie, get that out of my face.
Professor Mooney, I wanted to ask you a question.
Is the camera necessary?
Just ignore it.
Fine. What's your question?
What are your thoughts of gamification? The lecture was, fair to say, pretty neutral on the topic.
I reckon it's the future. As we become a more digitised society, more focused on short bursts of information, we need to start accommodating for that in education rather than fighting it. It's about engaging students, and it's up to individual educators to work out how that applies best in their own learning spaces.
Brilliant stuff, Professor.
I try. I really do.